So about a year ago, I had a photography final and I did stars and landscapes and I did a vlog for that, link in the description. Now a year later, I'm going back out and seeing how much I've improved. So here's that. So I'm at the same location I was last year, summer camp that I work at. Made sure to come out on a mostly clear night. Duck. There we go. So there was a couple things that I did not think about bringing last year. I did bring this year, one of which is boots, because just like last year, it is muddy. And another thing is hat and gloves. Now, I don't have those on me because thankfully, unlike last year, it's not frigid. It's actually in like the mid 50s, I think. So while I'm setting up, I'm gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about the preparation that I've done for this trip. One of the things that I didn't do too much last year, I didn't do any testing of exposure settings last year. I just went out here and started shooting. However, this year I've gone ahead and went out to a park that is not too bright, doesn't have a whole lot of light pollution, and took some of the photos that I'm gonna put on screen now. So now this year I'm a lot more prepared for taking great photos than I was last year. One thing that I did last year that I could have done better is when it came to taking photos of the landscapes. This time around, I'm actually going to be using the bulb. And basically what that is a manual shutter speed. I just have my intervalometer here, hold down the shutter button, and have it open for as long as I need. For my first composition, instead of doing just stills and a landscape, I'm actually going to be doing some star trails. The Earth is rotating and the stars are always moving in the sky. Yeah, so one of the things that you need to make sure when you're doing star trails is that you're facing either west or east. Right now I'm actually facing east so that the stars move more. So I'm going to get that photo right now. So I ended up switching back to where I originally was, mainly because I wanted the star trails to be a bit more surrounding the port. I'm gonna try focusing on stills. While I'm taking this photo, I'm gonna go over the equipment that I'm using. Last year, I used my Canon Rebel Type 7, and I was using the kit lens, the 18, the 55, and the 50mm f1.8. Now this year, I've upgraded to the Canon R8. Yes, I've gone mirrorless. So far I've been using the 35mm f1.8. However, I do also have the 28-70 f2.8 if I need wider, maybe a bit closer. The main downside is the aperture. I mean, hey, we'll see how these go. So the next composition that I found here at the pond, I have some firewood prepared. So I'm going to get a photo of this firewood and the night sky. So here's that. So for the next few photos, I'm going to go ahead and go around through camp, see about getting some compositions there. How about we get a compilation of that? All in all, going actually pretty well. Planning on doing a few more and then I'll go ahead and switch over to how I edit the photos. And if you want to see more photos by me, feel free to follow my Instagram. It'll be in the description, or you can search up @mphotography. That is ADDEM photography. Alright, so I'm back at home. I've gotten all the photos in Lightroom. Here's my editing process. So to start out with, I go ahead, select all the photos I have and create a collection, and I can go through them, and if there's one I don't like, I can go ahead and click the backspace, and here we are with the next photo. It doesn't delete the raw file, and we're all good. So to start out with, I'm going to click Auto to automatically adjust the exposure. I think I might want this a bit colder. Yeah, that looks good. Basically just wanting to get the stars nice and properly exposed. That looks pretty good. So then I'm going to turn up the texture so that we can see the star trails a bit more clearly. Clarity to boost that even more. Then use the dehaze to make the sky a bit darker and the stars a bit brighter. Once I'm happy with it, I'll go ahead and go to the next photo. This is the landscape. Try to do the temperature and tint a bit similar to the previous photo. Click Auto and just make sure that's exposed a bit better, or at least the landscape. Now, because of all the noise, I'm actually going to go into detail. And since this is a raw photo, I can go ahead and click denoise, and using AI, I'll be able to basically make it so that it's not so grainy. That looks better. you actually get the proper coloring of the fort as well. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go through a lot more of these photos, pretty much do the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and export all these, then show you how I paste them together. So basically what I do for taking them together, I'll start out with making the background the stars, then I'll go ahead, drag and drop the landscape on top, select sky. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, the tree itself is actually getting selected. Use the object selection tool, mask, invert. This one is being a bit difficult. Now I think that glow might actually be needed. So go to 500 pixels. Yeah, you get the glow. However, sometimes you can't really get rid of the glow. So you kind of have to incorporate the glow into the photo. So basically this is what I've done for this one. As long as I'm happy with it, I'll go ahead to go to File, Export As, and select the JPEG. Set it to the highest quality I can because I don't want to lose any resolution. I'll go ahead and click Export. Then I'll go ahead, put it into the folder that I want, click Save. Basically repeat that process for all the other ones. Then once I have all those done, the last thing I do is do just a little bit of post-production just to clean up a few things. And so that is my editing process. So thank you all for watching, and if you want to see the video I did last year, click the video right here, and I think you'll really like it.